Hi everyone, welcome to Roots Academy. This is Inayatullah, lecturer of mathematics. In our last video, we discussed about four types of relations, that is reflexive, symmetric, transitive and equivalence relation. In this video, let us discuss few more types of relation. In that, the fifth one is identity relation. Identity relation. This is the fifth type of relation. If suppose A is a set and it has elements A comma B comma C, then in identity relation we will check whether each and every element of the set A is related to itself or not. Only we will check each and every element should be related to itself. That's it. Other elements, it is not necessary here. It means if A is there, then it should be related to A, and B should be related to B, C should be related to C. This is an identity relation. That is, in relations in an ordered pair, A comma A, B comma B, and C comma C. Because here a set has three elements, so each and every element of this set must be related to itself. So this is an identity relation. Now, in reflexive also we studied similar to this. That is, in reflexive we said every element of A should be related to itself, but in reflexive it can be few more elements. In reflexive it can be A comma B or B comma C, it can be some other elements also. But in identity, as many elements are present in set A, only that much elements should be needed in our relation. That is, if A is there, then it should be related to itself, B should be related to itself, and C should be related to itself. We don't want any other element in our identity relation. So it means the conclusion, if we relate identity relation and reflexive relation, is identity relation is a reflexive relation, but reflexive relation is not an identity relation. So what is the conclusion? Identity relation is reflexive relation, but reflexive relation is not identity relation. And one more thing about identity relation. In identity relation, every identity relation is an equivalence relation. This is the first condition. The second note of identity relation is every identity relation is an equivalence relation. Every identity relation is an equivalence relation. These are the two important notes in identity relation. That is, first note is every identity relation is reflexive, but reflexive relation is not an identity relation. And second is every identity relation is an equivalence relation. This is about identity relation. Next, let us study about antisymmetric relation. The sixth type of relation is anti-symmetric relation. So what is anti-symmetric? Anti-symmetric relation is, it is just opposite of symmetric relation. It is just reverse of symmetric relation. Means in symmetric relation we should check the symmetry of each and every element, but in anti-symmetric we will not check the symmetry of every element. So the definition of anti-symmetric relation is, if we have a set that is A comma B comma C, and if A related to B and B related to A, then we will check whether A is equals to B or not. Here symmetry is not important, not needed. A related to B should be there, and B related to A must be there only if it is A equals to B. I repeat, if A related to B is exist, then B related to A we will check only if A is equals to B. Then it is anti-symmetric relation. So it means in anti-symmetric relation, symmetric is not important. Symmetric we will not check. So this is for all A comma B belongs to set A. So let us see some examples for anti-symmetric relation of same thing. Okay, I will take numerical. The example, if A equals 1 comma 2 comma 3, then the first relation example for anti-symmetric is 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 3, 1 is equal 1 comma 1. See, in this case, set A is 1, 2, 3, and the relation has 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 1 comma 1. Here 1 comma 2 is exist, 2 comma 1 is not there, and so it means its symmetric is not there. 2 comma 3 is there, its symmetric is not there. So it is anti-symmetric relation. In this case, if it is 1 equals to 1, yes, it is possible, because the definition says that A should be equals to B. So only if it is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 comes, we can accept, but other elements symmetric we will not check. We don't accept the other elements symmetric part. Next, let us go to another example for anti-symmetric. If I write just 1 comma 3, this is also anti-symmetric relation, because it has only one element, that is 1 comma 3. Its symmetric is not there. So it's very simple. We don't want the symmetric part of the elements. So it is anti-symmetric relation. We'll take one more example to explain better. So because you people should not get any confusion in symmetric and anti-symmetric. If I take the set A equals 1, 2, 3, and one more thing here, null is an anti-symmetric relation. This null, empty, is always an anti-symmetric relation. This is anti-symmetric. Because there is no A comma B at all here. There is no element. So it is anti-symmetric relation. So we cannot check anything here. So it will declare that it is anti-symmetric relation. But if I take this set, if I take the Cartesian product of the set, if I take A cross A, then this is not an anti-symmetric relation. This is not anti-symmetric relation. This is not anti-symmetric, because in A cross A, symmetry of each and every element is exist. Because of symmetry exists here, so we will declare that A cross A is not anti-symmetric relation. And one more example I will take. Then I will go to next type. If I take 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So in this case, 1, 2 is there, then 2, 1. This is the symmetry of this, or I can say this is the symmetry of this. So because of this reason, I will declare this relation as not anti-symmetric. This relation is not anti-symmetric. Why? Because 1, 2 is there and its symmetric part is exists. That's why it is not anti-symmetric. But for this, it is okay. Because as I said, in anti-symmetric, A should be equals to B. Here also A is equals to B. So this is okay. It doesn't give any role here for this. But this plays an important role to declare it is anti-symmetric. Because this is a symmetric part of this. So because of this reason, it is not anti-symmetric relation. I think I had given enough examples for anti-symmetric, and I hope you people will understand the difference between symmetric relation and anti-symmetric relation. Now, let us go to the another type of relation, that is seventh type. Seventh type is empty relation. Empty relation, or we can call this as void relation. Void relation, empty relation or void relation. So, the definition of empty relation is a relation R from set A to B is said to be empty relation if R is equals to null, means there is no element in our relation. That relation is called empty relation or void relation. I think it is void relation. Void relation. So I will repeat the definition. The definition of empty relation is a relation R is said to be an empty relation from set A to set B if R is equals to null. If R is equals to null. This is the basic definition of empty relation. Okay, let me take some examples here. If A equals 2, 4, okay, yeah, B equals 5, 7. These are the two non-empty sets. Then the relation here is x comma y such that x minus y is even for all x belongs to set A and y belongs to set B. This is the relation here. So the relation is what? X minus y is an even I want, where x belongs to set A and y belongs to set B. So first let me take A cross B. First let me take A cross B of these two sets. So that is 2, 5, 2, 7, 4, 5, 4, 7. This is A cross B, that is Cartesian product of A and B. In this element, from this, if I want to write a relation which is this, then I think I won't get any element, because the difference of 2 and 5 is 3, and the difference of 2 and 7 it is 5. Then 4 and 5 is odd number, 4 and 7 is also an odd number. Whatever the element I will take, but the differences are always an odd number I am getting, but in relation I want even number. So this relation is an empty relation. This relation is an empty relation. Now we will go to the another type of relation, that is universal relation. Universal relation. So what is universal relation? Here a relation R is said to be universal relation from set A to B if it is equals to the Cartesian product of set A and B. That means if suppose R is a relation from set A to set B, where A and B are any two non-empty set, then this relation should be equals to A cross B. This is the definition of universal relation. So what is the definition of universal relation? A relation R from set A to B is said to be universal relation if R is equals to A cross B. For example, if A equals, okay, I will take 1, 2, simple one I will take, B equals 3, 4. If I take the cross product of this, A cross B, I will get 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. This is the Cartesian product of these two set here. Now the relation here is x comma y such that x is strictly less than y. X is strictly less than y for all x belongs to set A and y belongs to set B. The relation between two elements here is less than, strictly less than. So let us check what are the elements will come here in our relation. Okay, x less than y is the relation. So R is equals to, yes, 1 is less than 3. So 1, 3 I can take. Yes, of course, 1 less than 4. I should take this. 2 is less than 3. I must take this. Then 2, 4. I should take. I think that's it. Now, with the help of this relation, I got these 4 elements, and these 4 elements come from this itself. So both are equal here. A cross B is exactly equals with our relation. So R is equals to A cross B. That means this relation is an universal relation. I hope you understood universal relation. Now, the last type of relation is a trivial relation. Trivial relation. This is the last type of relation. Trivial relation. It is very simple one. A relation which is empty relation and universal relation is trivial relation. That is empty relation and universal relation from set A to B is trivial relation. This is the basic definition of trivial relation. It is both empty relation and universal relation are trivial relations, and both empty relation as well as universal relation are trivial relation. I hope you people understood the types of relations. If you have any doubt, any queries, you can put your comments in our comment box, and for more videos subscribe our channel. Thank you.